was like, well, do you want to do a C-section or do you want your baby to die? I said, of course, if it's life or death, I'll do a C-section. He was like, okay, but then I'm gonna need you to sign these papers. Hey Kim's Click, I'm ʀᴜ back again, and welcome to another video for Vlogmas. I'm really trying to be consistent, and guys, I am back today with a story time. And this story time is long overdue, almost a year and a half overdue, okay, baby? I'm about to tell you guys about my labor and delivery. The lead up to my labor and my delivery and a little bit of the aftermath. So let's get right into it. I still got on my festive Grinch shirt and my Grinch cup with my cute little Grinch headband. If you haven't already, go see how I achieved this makeup look in my last video. But let's get right into it. I don't want to prolong it any further. Okay, guys, so I did write a couple notes because I did not want to miss key points of my labor. Sometimes when I'm telling a story, I can forget stuff and I'll be like, how did I miss that? So I did write it. Look, I got my little journal, say all my ʔɪᴛ thoughts. I got it from Fashion Nova, and it came with a cute little rose pen. Let me show y'all. So cute. So I got it. So let's get into the story. So I was in labor for about 2 days. And let me tell y'all how I know I was in labor for 2 days. Because I had a doctor's appointment the day before. If I'm not mistaken, I was 42 weeks when I had my baby. 41 or 42, one of them. So it was long overdue because I had passed my due date. I had 2 due dates, but I had passed my due date. I know that for a fact. So I was at the doctor like, is it ready? Is it he ready? It was, and I had a doctor's appointment. And I was in labor for 2 days. I know I was in labor for 2 days because when I went to my doctor's appointment, I was kind of just like lazy, like laying out because I just did not feel good. But I do remember him telling me like, oh, I might see you tonight. Like, I'm going to see you tonight or tomorrow. He's like, if I get lucky, you'll be on my night shift. That's what he told me. So I'm like, okay, cool. So boom. I tell Jordan, I'm like, I know, first off, I'm like, I know that I need help with this appointment. I also need you to take me to show houses. Mind you, they were not even happy about the fact that I'm still showing houses that I'm pregnant, my mom and my boyfriend. But he was like, okay, where you got to go? Mind you, I have to go all the way on the opposite side of town to show these properties. So we go all the way over there. I show these 2 properties, which is where this photo come from, okay? I take a photo. I don't know. Maybe I was feeling myself. I don't know. But that whole day was a blur. I just did not feel good. It was just a lot going on the day of my appointment, which is why I had him take me, because I was throwing up. I was lazy. I was sick. I just was not feeling good. So we got home from showing the properties, baby. I just laid down. I was too tired to eat. 42 weeks pregnant and too tired to eat, baby. I was too tired. I was just tired. I was lazy. I was not feeling myself. The next day, I lazed around. Now it's lazed around. We just vibing. He watched TV with me. He like, I'm going to bed. I got to go to work in the morning. I go and get into bed with him. This is when it gets real, because I'm laying in bed and I'm just moaning and groaning to the point where Jordan turns over. Why are you making all that noise? I said, I'm only pregnant and sick. I keep getting up, running back and forth to the bathroom. I just had the urge to boo-boo. Like, I had the urge to boo-boo, so I'm running back and forth to the toilet. So that is when I decided, okay, I no longer want to lay in the bed. I went to the couch. I got the TV on. I'm just watching TV. I want to say I got to bed maybe like midnight. Because we went to bed early because it's a work week. You know, like it's work for Jordan. So, baby, I'm laying on the couch, and this is when I start, like, I'm laying on the couch, I'm watching TV, and I'm just not feeling good. And I noticed that it's coming in waves. So I'm like, it's now the time, because my water haven't broke. So I'm like, it's now the time. So I'm going through recording. Like, I'm timing it. I'm doing my timestamps, which is where the beginning of my labor and delivery vlog comes from, because I just start timing it, right? And then once I noticed that it was coming, baby, like in certain time frames, like 10, 20, like when I noticed it was actually a time limit on it, I was like, yep, it's happening. So I called my mom. Baby, I gotta call my mom for everything. I don't know about y'all, but baby, me, I'm gonna call my mom for everything. I call my mom. Mom, should I go to the hospital? I don't feel good. My mom's like, what, huh? What, huh? I'm like, I don't feel good. Should I go to the hospital? I feel like it's happening. I'm timing. It's happening. Something's happening. She's like, well, go to the hospital. So boom, mind you, I have been going through this for like hours by myself. From like 12 o'clock to like 4 a.m. is when I finally decided to go to the hospital. And I was doing good. I was just, every time a contraction hit, I would go sit on the toilet. Don't ask me why. Every time a contraction hit, I went to the toilet. I'm on the toilet. I'm on the toilet. The toilet was my safe space. if I would have stayed at home any longer, I probably had that baby in the toilet because I just kept going to the toilet. The toilet was it for me, okay? And it was helping me pass the time. I genuinely do feel like I wanted to have a natural birth, but with Elite's heart complications, it wouldn't have been safe because we didn't know what his outcome would be when he came out. Like, we knew that he would be fine as long as he got the medical care that he needed, which he ended up not needing medical care after, which is a whole nother story. He ended up not needing anything. He was just vibing, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't know that. If I knew that, I would have went with my doula, because I did have a doula, and I would have had my baby in the tub at home playing jazz music like I wanted to do. But shit happens a certain way. I want to wake up Jordan. I go get Jordan. I'm like, Jordan, like, it's time. Like, I got to go. So he gets up. He like, this better be real. Even in the vlog, y'all hear him, this better be real. I'm leaving at the hospital trying to be funny. Now is not the time to be funny. And I feel like shit, okay? Now, mind you, I didn't show y'all my look, but baby, she was tea to give birth, baby. I had on, my mama bought me a Versace robe and my Versace pumps to get ready. I had my Steve Madden duffel bag, full and fat, baby, with all my outfits from Target, all my Isabella clothing from Target, baby. Tea as fuck, okay? You feel me? I was cute as hell to go deliver that baby. And ain't nobody take me no picture. Somebody should have took me a picture. Jordan got every single ugly picture. Nobody got me my Versace robe, my Versace pumps, taking it, baby. Jealous haters, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I get to the hospital. Jordan pulls up to the emergency part and they're closed. He pulls up to the hospital part and they're closed. I'm like, what? They're like, you gotta go to the emergency, like the hospital was closed. So mind you, Jordan has dropped me off at the door. I'm at the door, standing there with a Versace robe on, a black ruffle gown, and some Versace pumps in the middle of the night. It was in the middle of the morning at 4 a.m. I'm standing here looking dumb as hell. At the door, I'm calling Jordan. Jordan, come back. Boom, a contraction hit. I'm outside like, like, what, Lil Kim do? Like, that's how I'm outside looking dumb as heck. So Jordan whoops back around because he had to go park the car somewhere else. I'm like, listen, I'm going to just go in, meet me. Boom, he wraps back around, picks me up. We go to emergency. I go in, do the whole whoop-de-whoop. They put me in a wheelchair. They roll me back. When I get there, they go through all this stuff. I'm like, baby, I'm in labor. They asking me, what's your name, this, address, all this. I finally go to a room. The ladies just out here. It's like 4 ladies out there. It's dead empty in there. They out here shitting and giggling, talking. And I'm back there just on the table by myself, like, on the phone with my mom. Because at this point, Jordan hadn't came in yet. He's still parking the car and probably lost somewhere. Because I think he did call me and tell me he was lost. So anywho, the lady comes in and checks. Very uncomfortable procedure. Very uncomfortable, all in my crotch. Anywho, she tells me I'm 4 centimeters dilated and that they're going to admit me. Boom. So at this point, I'm still chilling. I'm taking my contractions as they come. I'm handling it very well. By the time I got to the room, I was 6 centimeters dilated. And baby, I don't know if 6 was the number, but baby, the moment I got in that hospital room, it's like they put the voodoo on me, baby. I was in pain. I'm like, please, give me the drugs. Give me the drugs. Like, it was just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I was just hurting so bad. And I think it was because of the environment. They told me, don't get up. They told me not to do all this crap. So I'm just laid out. And I think that's what made it worse, because when I was at home, I was able to get up and walk around and stretch. I was really able to stretch. I could not stretch in there. So it was just stressing me the hell out. Okay. I was stressing me out. So I'm like, give me the epidural. So the lady comes in, she talking, she got all this food around her mouth. I'll never forget. She had all this food around her mouth. And when they was taking so long to come, I'm like, is they on lunch break? Like, what is the tea? Is they on lunch break? This lady comes back here. What does she have all around her food? Cheese and crackers. I don't know. Why she didn't wipe her face, I don't know. But she kept talking to me. I'm like, lady, give me the drugs. I'm not trying to hear that. She's like, well, we're going to do this quickly, safely, and respectfully. I'm like, lady, do this. She's trying to go over this paperwork. I said, do the epidural. Mind you, they can't do it while I'm contracting because they're sticking a needle in my back. So, baby, it was just a whole thing. So, anyways, I didn't even sign my paper before because, baby, I just couldn't. I was like, I'm not signing a damn thing. Stick the needle. So she was like, well, don't tell nobody. Stuck the needle. Baby, when she stuck the needle, put me to sleep. Okay? When I went to sleep, I don't remember nothing else after that. Did I sign the paper? I don't even remember. I don't know. I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up Jordan talking to me, which where that babble part of my vlog came from, where I'm just yapping on and on and on. I'm talking, boom. So when I wake up, I was hot. Like my skin felt almost like I was in someone else's body. Like my skin was hot and itchy. It felt like I was in a fat suit. Like in my brain, I was imagining that I was in a fat suit. I could not feel myself. Like my body felt like it was larger than it was, and it was on fire. Like, and it felt like friction was like tickling me. I don't know how to explain it. It's a feeling that I never felt before, but that's how I felt in that moment, if that makes sense. So I talked to Jordan. And then I remember the doctor comes in as I'm just talking, you know, we just talking. The doctor comes in and he like, you're not dilating fast enough. We're going to give you a C-section. So I was like, I'm not having a C-section. I'm not doing a C-section. He's like, you need to do a C-section because it's taking you a long time to dilate, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, it's not taking a long time. Like, I thought I was 6 centimeters. Like, what's going on? I told the lady to check me. She said I was 7. He like, no, it's just taking a long time, so we got to speed the process. So I'm like, no. My mom's like, no, we're not doing a C-section. I'm like, no, we ain't doing a C-section. So he was like, well, do you want to do a C-section or do you want your baby to die? I said, of course, if it's life or death, I'll do a C-section. He was like, okay, but then I'm gonna need you to sign these papers. Mind you, my doctor looked like Jeffrey Dahmer. Swear on my soul, ask my mom. My doctor looked like Jeffrey Dahmer. Just like Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, the blonde, dirty hair, the glasses, everything. And he's just like, do you want your baby to die? And I'm like, I mean, what do you say? Would I be like, yes, I want to. What? I could not believe he asked me that. So anyways, he scared me into signing a paper. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, once I signed the paper, I looked over and my mom said, you better push that fucking baby out. Just like that. And I was like, okay. And I was laying on my side. But I was telling her before this, I said, Mom, I have to go. I feel like I have to poop. I just kept telling her I have to push. I have to poop. But I was thinking it was just the urge coming for me to push him out. But I'm thinking like, Mom, I gotta poop. So I kept telling her, she was like, if you gotta poop, just go. And then Jeffrey Dahmer comes in and says that. And she was like, you better push that baby out. So the nurse is right there. The nurse was like, don't do that. You don't have a team. You don't have anything. Do not push that baby out. But what was happening was I was having the urge to push. But since the nurse was telling me no, I was holding him in. Like I'm literally holding, you know, like when you got to get to the toilet first before you drop the load. I'm just holding holding it, and it was hurting me. And my mom was like, push that baby out. After I did the C-section. And I start pushing, and the lady was like, okay, just let me get the doctor to check. And she left, and Mom was like, push him out. And I was just pushing, and I was relaxed. And I was just pushing him every time a contraction hit. And the doctor comes in, and they open my legs, and they like, we can see him. We can see his head. So then after that, like 10 people rushed in. It was so frantic. Like when they came in, they threw me off. Like it was so many people in there. Like it was just like crazy. Like I'm just like, I don't know. They flipped me on my back, threw my legs up, had my arms out. Like it was so nerve wracking. Like how on the back is so hard to give labor. Laying how I was on my side, ʔᴜᴜ would have came out smooth as hell. Because it was just working. However I had it, I was working. I was comfortable. They were trying to make me go on their own. It was just too much. So now I'm on my back. I'm uncomfortable. I'm crying because now I'm pissed off. I'm uncomfortable. They telling me, wait, push, wait, go, Then, Jordan, how was it? My mom was on this side. Jordan was on this side. So it's a doctor right here, Jordan right here, the doctor right here, nurse is my mama. So my mom's holding my hand, Jordan's holding my hand. So I was squeezing the hell out of my mama's hand because Jordan, if y'all don't know, Jordan got big ass Wreck-It Ralph hands. Hand bigger than my face. So it's not easy to squeeze his hand. My mom's got little dainty girl hands. So it's easy to squeeze her hand, but I'm still holding both their hands. So I'm laid out, they like push. I'm like, wait, be quiet, because it was so loud that I could like not think. I'm like, be quiet. Be quiet, be quiet. So everybody's just like quiet. Because before I said be quiet, let me just set the play. I'm laying here. My mom's here, nurse is here, doctor here, Jordan here, hands. I'm laying there. Jordan is like this. My mom is like, you're doing so good. Oh my God, you're amazing. I can see him. He's so beautiful. He's amazing. My mom just kept talking. I told my mom, When I said be quiet, mom was like, no, nobody's talking. I was like, Mom, I love you, but shut it up. And she was like, because, baby, like, it was so much. My mom's rooting me on. Jordan's cheesing and giggling. I don't know why he was laughing. He's laughing and cheesing. Like, every time I look over, he's like, the doctors, Jeffrey Dahmer is down there. The nurses is just around, and they like, push, breathe. It was so much. I'm like, be quiet. They're quiet. I continue to push. So they tell me, you're taking too long. We're going to have to take him out with the scissors. So then my mama tell me, hell no. Do you want your baby to have a cone head? You better push that baby out. So I'm like still pushing, but like the noise and the friction and everything that was going on, I just could not like concentrate. And the lady's like, we're going to have to snip you or pull him out. Mama's like, your baby going to have a cone head. You better push that baby out. I was like, cut me. Mama's like, no. I was like, cut me. And they snipped me and he flew out and that was it. He flew out and I thought it was over until he came out and he was quiet as a goddamn mouse. He was not crying. So he came out and it was just like, when he came out, Mama said, ooh, and it was quiet. Like, mind you, I've been begging them to be quiet. They're talking. The moment he comes out, they're quiet. Like, it was just like a moment of silence. Scared the hell out of me. I said, why is he not crying? Everybody's like, he's okay. He's so beautiful. So they snatch him, run over. Now, I did not know until after I had came down and was sewed up and everything, that he came out and the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. So that's why he came out not crying. And that's why it was so quiet, because everybody seen him. Like, my mama said he shot out like a football and the cord like snatched him back. So I don't know how that did, but I think don't ask me. I didn't see it myself, but I just know that she said he came out fast as hell like a football. She said, Dr. Carter like this, whoo, and they was unwrapping the thing from around his neck. She said it was wrapped around a couple of times. So that's why it was a moment of silence. Anyways, I don't know that. I'm like, what's going on? Why is my baby not crying? Instantly. They quiet. So then they like, oh, he's good. So they start patting my baby on the back. They take him over to a table. So when they take him over, I look over and I see him looking at me. This is one picture. He looks like a little alien, but he was looking at me like my love was looking at me. He was laid the same way as me on the table, and he was just looking over like, with the straightest face, looking just like his daddy, okay? He had a head full of black hair. It was all squished down like a gummy worm. His head was like a little oval. And he was just like, what is going on? And I was like, my baby. And I was like, my baby. And my mom is over there. Over him like this. So, now, since I done got my vajay cut, obviously they have to stitch me up. That stitch, I don't know if it's just me, but I still get pain thinking about it. When I think about it, I'm like, whoo, it made me clench my coochie. Yes, it does. Because that sewing up, baby, that wasn't but a week. She was sewing me up. Jordan stayed by me the whole time. He held my hand the whole time. He just kept giving me encouraging words. I was cussing him out. I'm not gonna lie. Because he kept talking. The lady down there needling my coochie, it was hurting so bad. And he's like, you doing so good, babe. She's almost done. You did amazing. He's amazing. I love him. I love you. Just talking. And I mean, they were very nice words. But in that moment when you getting your raw coochie so up, baby, shut it up. So he's just encouraging me. He held my hand. And I'm like, Jordan. And, I was like, be quiet. Jordan, what's taking so long? And then, like, because at first I was mad. But then I was like, Jordan, what is taking so long? Because I was just in pain. I'm like, I want her to stop. And he like, she's sewing you up. Like, just relax. And I'm like, I can't relax. It hurts so bad. Like, tell her to stop. And he was like, she almost done. And I kept closing my legs. And the lady was like, open your legs. And I'm like, I'm supposed to open my legs. And you hurting me. So she was like, calm down. And Jordan like, babe, she's trying to help you. Like, he was so relaxed, so like calm, like, and just like ushering me through it. So I get done. They had took my baby. They hadn't took my baby yet before my mama started running over to me. My mom runs over to me as I'm getting my cooch sewn up. And I'm like, Jordan, like, they taking so long. Where's my baby? And my mom runs over and she like, look. He's so beautiful. He looks so cute. He got so much hair. I'm like, Mom, get out my face. She was like, I got pictures of him. Look at him. That's how she doing as I'm getting my cooch on him. I said, Ma, I don't want to see a picture. I want to see him in real life. That's how I screamed at her. And she was like, okay. And she took her from back. She was like, Nunu, I swear, you did so good. You took that like a G. It was so smooth. It was so smooth, Nunu. You so strong. You so strong. He's so beautiful and la la la. And I was like, I want to see it myself. I want to see it myself. So I did a little crying because, baby, I want to see it myself. So they sewed my crotch up. And then the nurse, you know, everybody like left out. They took my baby. They took him down to the NICU. And then the lady came and was cleaning me up or whatever. And she was like, you know, you have to walk and pee before you can go see him. Baby, I swear on my son, I jumped up. She said, when you ready? I said, I'm ready now. I jumped up, baby. She asked me, could I feel my legs? I absolutely could not feel my legs. I was walking with Jesus because, baby, this how fast I was going to that bathroom. I got in that bathroom. I peed. I couldn't even feel it. I was very scared to pee. But, baby, I peed. I couldn't even feel it. I wiped. She held me up, wrapped me up real good, gave me like a brief with pads or whatever. I put that on. I'm like, I'm ready to go see him. They got me a chair. Jordan wheeled me down there. And we met my little man. He was laying in there in that little box. He was laying there and he was just like, at first he was asleep and he woke up and he was like, my baby was full of precious. Just like me and his daddy. He looked over at me like, hey, you know, what's up? And we held him and he cried a little bit. And when he first cried, whoa, he was Jordan. I mean, from the wrinkles in his forehead to the gap in his teeth, he was his daddy. And like, yeah, like we cuddled him. He ended up having to go in a panda machine to go to the actual children's hospital. They came and got me at 6 o'clock in the morning, baby. I went back. My mom went and got me Jets pizza. I wanted Jets. My mom went and got me Jets pizza. Came back. Not Jets. Excuse me. We had pizza populous. That's what we had. My favorite. A good $60 pizza, baby. We had pizza populous and salad, and we talked, and that was it. And I went to sleep. I did a little story time on TikTok. I went to sleep. The man came to get me at 6 o'clock in the morning, baby. I didn't change my diaper. I didn't brush my teeth. I jumped in that wheelchair. He took me over, and at first I couldn't touch him. I couldn't touch him, but he was just in a machine, and it was a doctor there, a nurse that vouched for me to be able to touch him, you know, because they ran all his tests and he was just fine. And so they didn't let me touch him the first day, but the second day I got to coddle him and breastfeed him, and he latched and he did well. And we went through our whole NICU journey, which I will tell you guys a story about that. But that basically concludes my labor and delivery story. It was crazy. It was funny, but you know, I went and traded for the world. I got my king. It was amazing. It was crazy, but amazing. And that pretty much sums up this story. I will give you guys another story time based off of like my experience in the NICU and a few story times with that. But this basically concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you become part of Kim's clique. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I am out, and I cannot wait to be back again.